in and you to come in. Okay, there we go. So this is the Kita J Reveal Show. We are finally here. I'm here with Dahmeneekah, and that is the correct way of saying the name Dahmeneekah, right?
Yes.
Okay. And Dahmeneekah, yes, we on the TheKitaJRevealShow, Show, and then we do reveal some things about ourselves and our struggles in life and the things that we are into. So I know we met, I want to say, I'm going to start off with that. We met, I think it was online, right? Because I know you're on Facebook as well, but I'm not sure if it was IG. Were you on Periscope as well?
I was on Periscope as well. Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know exactly where we met, but it's one of those social media platforms. And I started seeing you playing online, playing your lovely guitar, online. And I would see you singing a little bit. So tell me, when did you start playing the guitar?
When I was 16.
When you were 16 years old. Okay, so who inspired you to play a guitar?
Nobody that I could think of. I just wanted to. I don't know if I'm self-taught, but I did have maybe one or two lessons. Can't put, but I am not the greatest. I only wanted to be able to play so I can have something to accompany me writing songs. That's all I really wanted to do.
Okay. Did you ever play any other instruments other than the guitar?
Yep, I played violin.
I played violin too when I was in elementary school.
Elementary, I loved it, and middle school. But I wanted to play piano, but I don't think I was focused enough. I did try though.
Okay. So you weren't into the piano part. You really like the guitar. That's kind of what stood out.
Yeah, because the piano, you got to have a certain type of focus, and I guess I just didn't have it, honey. I would have helped my life if it did, but I didn't have it. So
that's okay. You found something that worked for you, and that's all that matters. So when you start playing guitar at 16, do you remember what that felt like to you? Like, what really made you interested in it?
What made me interested, I guess at the time I was heavily involved in church, so I wanted to be able to play praise and worship songs.
Okay.
And that. Yeah, I wanted to. No, I didn't play at church, but I wanted to. I didn't care about. I really didn't care about playing to other people. I just cared to play for myself the most. My little private time with the Lord.
Okay. All right, now you're singing to the Lord. All right, now. So you singing to the Lord, and your parents were your parents involved in your creativity at all?
Not heavily.
Not heavily.
Right. My father was very supportive. As much as supportive as he could be with my teenage self at the time. How it is when you're a teenager, you act all crazy. And so I did have crazy moments, but he was quite supportive, and that's something that I loved about I've always loved about my father.
Yeah, it's always good to have those supportive parents, because a lot of times as kids, we don't know what we truly want to do. We don't know what our passion truly is. And, we kind of still, even as adults, we try to find ourselves. I think we can more so guide ourselves as adults to some degree. Some people can, not everybody. Everybody don't have the wherewithal to, lead themselves. So, and that's another video, of course. But anyway, so you playing the guitar, and then you also sing as well. So was that like a combination at the time where you were singing and playing the guitar?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it
Okay.
was.
And so when you said when you were on social media, that was just something that brought you joy at the time. Would you say that?
Yeah. That was it. I was just sharing, I was challenging myself to share that more. Yeah, I always sing, but I didn't share me playing the guitar a lot. And so it's always good to be able to do that. And I'm happy, that I did it, and
Yeah.
I've been doing it pretty much about ever since. And I even got, because I love string instruments. So I have a ukulele, and so now I'm
Oh,
on to my ukulele.
okay. So you're doing the guitar and the ukulele.
Yep, for now I'm gonna get a banjo too. You'll see, it's
Okay.
happening.
Okay. She gonna be playing everything. Okay, so when you started playing online, because now I'm getting a bigger picture where I started recently, maybe some months ago, seeing you performing on stage. How did that all happen?
um, well, I've always sang on stage every once in a while in Metro Atlanta. I
Uh
get
huh.
out in the world, and then so I don't know. Let me see. Oh, I mean, oh well, the only time I really perform is if people ask me. So I guess people that already know me, they'll call me and ask if I was available, or say, hey, there's this open mic or whatever, you know, you want to do that. So that was pretty much it, or whatever. Someone that just liked my voice and say, hey, would you sing here? Like I sang at Juneteenth almost every year, or I sing at, I sing jazz, so I sang with a couple of jazz bands.
Okay, so that's your genre, jazz.
Yeah, that's one. I mean, I sing, jazz. I sing, R&B. I sing
Okay.
folk. I sing classical because I'm classically trained. Um, so all of that.
So you're classically trained. Did you go to school for it, or did you just have private lessons?
Yeah, I went to school. I went to
Okay.
school. Yeah,
So are you in Atlanta or are you outside of Atlanta?
I'm in Metro Atlanta.
Metro Atlanta. So are you from Atlanta or did you transplant?
Okay, good. Um, I am from Detroit.
Okay. So you're from Detroit. So what actually brought you to Atlanta?
What brought me to Atlanta was the need for transportation. I moved from Detroit to Florida, and I absolutely love Florida. But I didn't move to a big city in Florida. Like I didn't go to you know I didn't go to Fort Lauderdale or Miami because I had no desire.
Uh-huh.
I'm from a city, so I moved to a small town. Fort Pierce, Port St. Lucie area, Treasure Coast area, which I absolutely adore because I lived there in a previous life,
Okay.
in this life, a previous life, relationship. But so anyway, I moved back there, but I didn't have a car, and
Okay.
I probably should have worked at that one, and I didn't. So I ended up having to make some changes, and the changes
Okay.
was me going to Atlanta, Georgia Metro proper, because that's where my family's from. So like my mother's here and other family members or whatever. And at the time when I was in contact with one like that proved to be
Okay.
okay. What I'm saying, for the move. But yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Blessed be.
So out of the other places that you've been to, the other states, do you like Atlanta better? Would you
You
say
kind of
there's more
breaking up.
opportunity for? Oh, I'm okay. Um, do you like Atlanta out of every place else that you've been that you've lived?
I lost her. Are you back? She back.
I'm here. You hear
Yay. Okay.
me? Okay. I was saying, do you like Atlanta out of all the places that you've been? Do you think there's more of a opportunity there for what you're moving into now?
I've never liked Atlanta, and but I'm
Uh-oh.
used to it now. And and
So what don't you like?
Well, I like to be off the water, So yeah, this is inland. That's number one. Number two, contrary to popular belief, Detroit is very family oriented and community oriented. So it doesn't matter, like, there's crime in the street. Yeah, Detroit, la 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 la. But at the end of the day, you could get you some bread and water in Detroit if you act right, just a little bit. Okay? Somebody go give you bread and water, especially if you got some, nice, good family or friendly or, family friend, whatever. So, but here, Atlanta, Georgia, you on your own. So you will hear anybody's story down here. They come down here and you didn't properly prepare, or you fall out with people or something to that extent, then you're going to be, getting it how you live it, so to speak. And there's a lot of people that find themselves homeless in all types of ways and things and situations down here. You got to set aside your pride. So Atlanta is like a training ground for life, darn near, pardon self, because this is a lot that goes on in these streets.
I've heard some stories, but I didn't realize Atlanta was, as bad as you say that it is when it comes to people not being as giving.
No, everything costs. Like I'm a product of community work. Okay, like I went to, little things. I went to I went to camp in high school because the teachers this teacher really loved my voice and banded together with the other teachers, and they helped pay for me to get, you just can't make these things up. It was a phenomenal miracle. Okay, and then when it comes to like community programs, I went to when I was like in my early 20s, I was in this program to be certified through a program through Wayne State University, just for clerical, duties, like a diploma in that particular area, administration. That was free. I got paid for that. Okay. They paid me. They paid me they paid me $25 per A, and then it went down from there. So I wager you ain't gonna find that here in Atlanta, Georgia. And when I was looking for, I have a child, so when I was looking for like programs, I found certain things in Florida when I was in Florida. Obviously, there are plenty of programs in Detroit that you could go that you don't have to pay for. Okay. When you come to Atlanta, Georgia, before I go anywhere, I'm always researching. I'm online. I'm researching. I'm trying to find places, programs, and stuff like that. I believe in being prepared as much as possible. Okay. I think it's simple. I tried to search some stuff for my daughter, and that was hard, honey. Everything costs. Everything costs, and if it didn't, you jumping through a lot of hoops to the point where you like, what do I have to do? Like, either you give up or you try to find money. Like, it's just, it's a little different out here. I can go through a lot about Atlanta, but, it is what it is. Opportunity has arisen. A lot of things have opened by the way of the ancestors, I'll say. And I'm grateful, okay, regardless of anything. I don't take it lightly. And, I just move on from, in that vein.
Yeah. So in the arena of your music, you said, are you also writing music?
Oh yeah. I've always, written.
Okay. Have you written for anyone other than yourself?
Yes. And I'm still writing for others. Yeah, I write for others as well.
How's that working out though? Writing for others. Are you able to sell your work to those people, or is it just like a give? Like
it is. Well, when I was, years back, they were gifts because I did spoken word in Detroit. But so I would write poetry and stuff for people, dedicated people, and things of that nature. But it's not hard. I've been working with some people lately, and I've just been writing stuff and having them record it. It's a beautiful thing. Finally, it's coming. It's coming through. So it's a good thing. Nothing major, so to speak, at the moment. It's coming. That's coming as well. No major recording artists, just independent artists. Which I don't care who sings the stuff. I'm still happy and
What's your
grateful.
name on it? This is my name. Put my name
Right.
on it. I get it. It's all trial and
Yeah.
error. And then it gets better as you go along. That's just like when you said you started singing at 16, playing the guitar and all that stuff, or maybe you were singing before that, but it all came together. And
Yeah.
now you're seeing yourself on stages, and talk a little bit about that. So, somebody reaching out to you. The title of this is when you start doing what you love. Of course, things start to follow behind that. So, what would you have to add to when you started doing what you love? What happened? What did you start to
Um.
see manifest?
Well, let's see. Doing what you love and manifestation in it. So, one of the things that I do, because I used to do a blog talk radio show
Mhm.
of my own and everything, and but a lot of my work and even with the readings and stuff that I've done for others, it's always been about self care and about growth within and all of that inner silence. So that that is the pivotal, to
Yeah.
me anyway. In my words, on my end, I think that's pivotal. Working on yourself and
That-
releasing and continuously growing and releasing things from whatever is going on from the root of your childhood and all of that. And as I continue that work within myself, things are manifesting positively, and
Say
you
that
you
again.
see things clearer, when you continue on that work. Nobody can do that work for you. You have to do that work yourself. So, but yeah, that was pretty much it. And in my releasing, because even with me playing and singing, that also helps and lends to my release personally. That's my gift,
It was
even to
therapy.
myself. Yeah. So, with that releasing, it manifested people being able to see, to hear, and to have an idea on how I can fit. Like I said, it's a timely, seasonal thing. A
Mhm.
lot of times a lot of us have gone through, especially singers, um, where we don't seem to fit, or people act like they act. They act like they don't know what to do with us, and that we can't fit depending on how our gift is rendered. And or they want you to do it this way for their dollars, which may compromise
Right.
your inner moral, your self moral or whatever. And I've gone through a lot of that. I could have got a record deal a few years, not
Yeah.
years ago.
You had to
And
demoralize yourself,
yeah,
and people see that they figure if you're on their dime, you're gonna
right,
do what they you
what
do.
they
It's more of a
wanted. Yeah, so I was gonna be signed at like Interscope and all of that, and I just it wouldn't have matched my personal more, to be honest with you. So
yeah.
I guess going into that manifestation, it was just me working with myself, being continuously in the vein of gratefulness,
Uh-huh.
thankfulness, and releasing. And
Yeah.
my whole thing is self empowerment and healing. That's my thing. Not
Definitely.
only for myself but for others. So it doesn't matter what it is that I'm singing. I could sing "Joy to the World," or I could sing, "Inside My Love," or something more intimate.
No
But
matter
either way
what.
it goes, my gift is, still gonna manifest that. And I do everything within reason. I'm saying, I like to be respectful of all as much as possible. So yeah,
Mhm.
that's kind of how that manifests. And as far as people seeing me and having an idea to say, hey, she fits. Oh, she does that, or she's able to do that. Because people didn't even know my range like that. I don't talk much
Mhm.
about myself like that. I don't. You know.
And you should. You know what? You gotta love on you. You got to let people know who you are, what you do. You know, especially nowadays, we have the opportunity to reach so many people with what we do.
Right.
And you'd be surprised. And look, you didn't even put that much effort into doing what you love, and people reached out to you.
Right.
You just showed them what you had to offer. Some of what you had to offer, not even
Right.
everything. It's like
Yeah.
once you hit the stage, then what? It all shows for itself, and I'm sure it's starting to get better for you. You know, as far as your range and all of that.
Oh yeah, a lot of really nice things have happened. I performed at Funk Jazz Cafe 25th anniversary celebration. That was in August 10th. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so that was great. You know, I actually
How did
opened
that
up the
go?
whole thing. It was awesome. You know, got to do that. I got to meet someone that I admire, Avery Sunshine. I absolutely love her.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to. Yeah, oh man, it was a great time, and so more things are definitely opening up. Shout out to Jason for that. But yeah, but it's just that's happening. You know, I'm a part of some group collaboratives, and I'm also a part of a band, Atlanta Jazz players. So we
Okay.
have some things coming up as well. Um,
Okay.
you know,
So you're
so
the lead singer for the band?
say it again. No,
Are you
I am not.
okay?
No, I'm just a
Okay.
vocalist. I do mainly
Okay.
background vocals, and I lead a couple of songs, and that is all. No self importance here. Uh,
So how is that practicing? How is that practicing for the band? How often do you guys have to practice?
for this particular band that I'm a part of, we practice every week. It's a weekly practice.
So it's not every day, once a week,
Yeah, yeah,
or is it
weekly,
time a
weekly.
week?
Yeah, weekly,
Okay.
and then I was a part of a jazz band, and we didn't practice much,
Go
so
ahead.
that was interesting.
She's doing
Yeah,
it. That's what I'm talking about. Look, get yourself out there, let people see who you are. You never know who's going to run, you know, what you do. You never know who you're going to align yourself with. And, you
right,
know, a lot of people, we're on the same frequency. We don't realize we are, you know,
right,
and then one person see you and that they just like, everybody else is not paying attention to this person, but I see something in this person.
right,
I see something that I love or that we can make, you know, we can work
right.
together and kind of bring something more out of this person.
Mhm.
Because I see people perform like when they first start, maybe they performed a little bit. People weren't really giving them a chance. And I
Yeah.
see something in that person. It's something I said, you know what, you sure you guys want to treat that person like that? I truly see the uniqueness in this person. You know, but a lot of people are not looking at that because we live in a selfish society now, you
Yeah.
know, and it's very hard to find people that you are aligned with
Yeah. Truth.
and they see something in you, you know. You start singing and playing the guitar, and then do you know who the person was that first reached out to you that wanted you to come out?
No, I can't really say.
Can't
I've
remember.
been, yeah. I mean, I could maybe say Bob Johnson. You know, for Juneteenth. I know he always wanted me to sing for Juneteenth, and then you know, I sang at the, you know, with the jazz band. I don't know. I guess I'll
That
say
was
that. I mean, it's just like I sang with like I randomly sing, you know. So I don't, you know. I mean, aside from now being a part of this band and all of that, I you know would randomly sing out at places. I didn't necessarily, and I've never been one to just go for it. Not like it was when, you know, when I was in my early 20s or like in my late teens, like, you know, 18, 19. Ooh, I really wanted this. You know what I mean? Type of
mhm,
thing.
mhm.
And so, ooh, I want to pursue that being famous, you know, that fame or whatever. But again, it goes back to that inner healing. When you have, this is my take on it all. When you have that inner healing work happening, and you're getting that centering, however you do it, a lot of that stuff kind of fades. It's not as important anymore. You understand? Like you're not looking for outer accolades anymore. But that thing that you feel, or that may be feeling at a lack, it's at a lack within you. You know?
You're more so self-fulfilling now.
Right. Like it's you have a more personal contentment where it's like, well, if it happens, that's awesome, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't happen, that's okay too. I'll be okay.
Right.
Move your tail.
But you already know. I mean, even though you probably weren't thinking of it, like I'm going to get something out of this, and I want people to see me. You were more so sharing your creativity, you know,
right.
And it makes you feel good internally to do that.
Right. That's it. You know, just not anything where I'm like, oh, look at me, type of thing. It's not. Honestly, I was avoiding a lot of it. I was avoiding a lot of, things on social media especially after a while, things continue to just change. Yeah. But other than that, it's a lot of people that don't even know what I look like. Unless you see me in person, you really don't know what I look like. You don't know what my body looks like. You don't know nothing. Until I started like sharing just a little bit more of myself. And so, and I still sometimes, might shy away from it. But I've tried to be a little bit more diligent with sharing with, it. If it pleases people in a positive way, and if it helps anybody within themselves and in their hearts to hear my voice, then blessings, blessed be. But because it's like that with me, I'm inspired by others as well. I love to see and hear people rendering their gifts, and I support.
And that's how I am. Yeah, that's how I am. That's why I would share your stuff, because I'm not one of those people where you have to be big, or I don't want to see you working at something and then you start getting up there and then all of a sudden everybody wants to claim you.
Right.
They
right.
like, oh, this is my cousin, this is my friend,
Right.
And I think a lot of people start to feel that. You see when people start to pay more attention to you.
Right.
Even with me, I do characters, I do voiceover, and I've shared some of that stuff online. For me, sharing it brought me joy. I wasn't looking for anything from anybody. But when I started seeing people make money, I was like, oh, wait a minute now. And it's funny because when you can make money off of it, why not?
Yes.
Why not putting in on it? We just don't sell your soul, and don't let people take advantage of you, because a lot of times that's what the business can end up being.
Yeah.
People can take advantage of you because they feel like they have you up against the wall.
That's right. Absolutely. And I never wanted that. Even when I was younger, even maybe I did want a little fame with them, but I never wanted it to the point where I gotta, have no type of real autonomy. I like myself autonomy. So, I like to be able to say something. And then when you're young, you still try to find yourself and find your voice. Yeah. I mean, you will stifle my voice if I don't have no autonomy and I got to be a robot. I'm just not that person. That's never been me. Like, I'm not that robot. And I wanted to do voiceovers as well. So,
For real. Voiceovers are so fun. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love doing a little animation and getting into that. But people don't realize there's so much stuff out here that you can do.
Yeah.
Somebody try to pigeonhole me into being into a stand-up comedian. I say, oh no, baby, I'm not. I don't even want to be a stand-up comedian, because I see it's not enough sharing. And if I did it, I would do it on my own. I wouldn't want nobody, and that I know in the area that I'm doing stand-up comedy. I would just label me as Kita J. I am doing whatever it is that I love at the moment. Right. Anything that I feel like when you put your heart to, you can do it.
Yeah.
You don't have to pigeonhole yourself to one thing.
That's right. I agree. Totally.
You never know who's going to call you for something. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
You just never know. Don't pigeonhole yourself. Like you say, you're a guitar, you're a vocalist. You tried other instruments. you can tell people, hey, I can do it. Whatever it is you want me to do, I can try it, and we can see
Right.
if it works. And that's how most people get started in other lanes anyway.
That's right. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
It's a fantastic life if you if you like your choices, or if you can be at peace with your choices. I'll say that. If you can be
exactly.
at peace with your choices, because we all got choices to make, and maybe
Yeah,
that one choice was a choice for a lesson, you know. Um,
right.
but it can still manifest a blessing, and if you open and allow for it too, continue to be open for that, and that's really it. I just continue working to be open, to
Okay,
everything within reason. I always say within reason because I understand how things you got to be in the universe. So
of
within
course,
reason.
of course. Look, never feeling self-entitled or anything like that. Just moving on and doing what you love. What brings you joy more so,
Right.
and
Yeah.
like, so where can the people find you, on social media?
Just anywhere you can Google me. Actually, I'm Googleable. So
Okay, so
just
if they put
type.
in the name Dahmeneekah, they can find you.
That's pretty much it. You're gonna find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You're gonna find me.
All right now. You know what? I appreciate you. I'll continue to share, some of your stuff, and I want you to definitely keep your head up and keep moving, because bigger and better things, like you said, it's already manifesting into something bigger than what you did. You weren't even looking for that, and now you have
Yeah.
people reaching out to you from different angles, like, hey, I want to do this. I want to do this with you. You doing festivals, and have you traveled to do any festivals, or
No,
just
not
in
at the
Atlanta?
moment. Not yet. I just
Okay,
been keeping it pretty local here in Atlanta, Metro Atlanta.
okay. So, do you have any goals for yourself before we leave? Is there anything that you want to touch, in the future? Maybe next year, 2020.
Let's see. Goals. It's I find I'm a goal person. Like I believe setting your short term and long term goals. So,
Yeah.
but what I've also noticed is like I set these goals and it just turns into something else and it's not a bad thing. It's just is what it is. I guess my goal and my goals are real more personal. Like I said, I'm not
Okay.
even really like looking at music in that way. It's
In
happening
that aspect.
already. I don't even. Yeah. My goal is I want to get this house. I want to make sure my daughter's good. I want to do some
You
travel.
know what?
You
You
know,
better start
those are
picking
my
up.
goals. I don't care how. What I'm saying. I don't care if I do some voiceovers, if I sing, if I shake a leg. I just want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, yeah. You know what? It'll happen, but you gotta put something out there for yourself in order for the universe to catch it and kind of whirlwind it for you. So you
yeah,
gotta
I'm working
have
on it.
something. Look, I got stuff, little stickies written all down. I am a millionaire. I'm a multi-millionaire, this and that. I know
Right.
my daughter, she did this stuff like, wait a minute, what mommy talking about it here?
That's
It's like
right.
whatever it is you're looking for, your goals are, write it down somewhere. Jim Curry said he put something in his wallet and he looked back and it happened for him. Some other people said things have happened for them. So you just never know. Definitely have your goals prepared so that
Right.
that way you can be more focused on what it is that you want. The universe can grab that for you.
Yes. I see my gifts and talents as a means, but you know what I'm saying, as a way or as tools in this
Mm-hmm.
life, not necessarily the end all. Like my gifts aren't the end all, just like
Yeah,
a job isn't the end all. You understand what I'm
yeah,
saying? So
yeah.
that's how I view my gifts. I don't, if my gift is able to assist me in accruing, to get this house that I'm looking at, or to get this other car that I might want, or that type of thing, or just continue to help and assist me in sustaining life and feeding my family and my, taking care of my household, traveling. I want to travel more, and that's all. I got a lot of my goals. I got them written out, on my wall and everything.
Traveling is awesome, especially
so
the country.
Yeah, all of that. So, it's just that type of thing. I look at it like that. I look at my gifts as a tool, as a way to assist me and others. But never like it's not like, I mean, obviously I wouldn't want to wake up tomorrow and can't sing. Not like, come on, I've been doing this forever. Like, what I'm saying? It's better to not have known not to than to be like, oh, I can sing, and then, you can't. I mean, that would obviously be a devastation, some form, because I am music. Like, my whole entire being is music. But, but I'm just saying it's still a tool. Yeah. It's a tool, and I take care of my gifts. You know what I'm saying? I take care of my gifts so they can continue to manifest positive things, that I use it for.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Dahmeneekah, I appreciate you for even coming on today.
My pleasure.
You guys can check out Dahmeneekah you're on IG, Facebook, and what other platforms would they want to reach you? Just those two?
Yeah, Twitter,
Twitter, Dahmeneekah.
Yeah.
Okay. And anything you want to say to the people before you peace out?
Keep smiling and stay in gratitude. Smile even if you look crazy, because it's gonna be all right. And
right.
And stay within gratitude at every moment. Just say thank you. Always have an attitude of gratefulness. It will take you a long way, no matter where your vocation is in life.
That's right. All right, now I appreciate you. The Kita J Reveal Show, and this will be on podcast, Apple, Spotify. We have some other Anchor. We're reaching for some other platforms as well. So we got some other things going on. So we will check you guys later. Okay, Dahmeneekah, love you, baby. Thanks for coming on.
Peace.
All right.